local machine to server. We should keep in the custom tab 12.0.0 SQL. Then log into Oracle applications, create executable, create a concurrent program, assign concurrent program to request group, and go to responsibility, our custom responsibility, then submit a shared concurrent, submit a program. So once you submit a program, Oracle will generate two files. One is the output file, the second one is the log file. And Oracle will generate one sequence that is called as the request underscore ID. And we are going to submit a program through SRS window. SRS stands for standard request submission window. So those keywords are important here. SRS stands for standard request submission window. So this is our first development. So then we'll go to second development. Second development, yesterday we completed. That's it. Sorry, day before yesterday, PL SQL stored procedure. So for that, first we need to develop a procedure and compile the procedure. Suppose if you forget the code, we have to look into the database by using the pop-up window or expand the database and go to package procedures, apply filter and get the code. Otherwise, use the script to select the text from all underscore source where name equal to your procedure name. So that is the best method to get the code. Yeah. Next, log into Oracle applications, create executable. The execution method is the PLC equals to the procedure. Then create a concurrent program, attach program to request group. So request group can hold multiple programs. Then go to your responsibility, then submit a program through SRS window. The thing is, when you develop any procedure in Oracle applications, we need to take two things. One is the error buff and red code. Error buff is it's a mandatory out parameter. Red code also mandatory out parameter, but error buff to capture the error messages, whether it is Oracle or user, whatever it may be, yeah, both messages and a print and log file. But red code get the status of the program. If we don't want that, we can forcibly change it to another status. Suppose your code is going to normal. I don't want normal. I can change it to red. That means so error based on my client requirement, based on the business conditions. So red code will return three values: 0, 1, 2, 0 for success, 1 for warning, 2 for error. Nothing but a red color you will get it. One is the yellow color. Like, then using the fnd file output line, we can print the messages either in the output file or a log file. Then yesterday we discussed MO multi-R with a single implementation so to support multiple countries or multiple operating units. So for that we have the business group, a legal entity, then ledger, collection of the forces, then operating unit. It's a main branch under the or make it called as the country. Then under that inventory organizations, make it called as the manufacturing plant. The real operations are going there. The resources, machines, labor, everything in the manufacturing plant. Then we have the sub inventory. Under that we have the stock locators like a partitions, row, rack, bin. In that we are going to keep the items. So the item will store in the two tables underscore B underscore TL. B stands for base language. TL is the translated language. Okay. So these are the important tables here. We have to remember. Still now, okay, na? Later we will get to some more tables. I will add. Okay. So any queries still now related to these three topics? So we discussed mainly three one, yeah. Two development, one functional setups. And one thing here, yesterday I think Nilima shared one
Yeah.
screen. Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, she log in, she developed a procedure and compiled the procedure and created executable. By mistake, she took the execution method as the Oracle reports. Listen here, my requirement. She created execution method as the Oracle reports. By mistake, she has to take a PLC equals to procedure, then submitted program. The program will success or ended in that.
Sir, it was ended in that, sir. I'm trying again.
No, no, forget about you, Nilma. Don't say answer, okay, no, the remaining people. Okay. So tell me your approach. Yeah. By mistake, Nilima took the wrong one, execution method. డెవలప్ చేసింది పిఎల్సి ఈక్వల్స్ టు ప్రొసీజర్. ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం ఏం తీసుకోవాలి మెథడ్? పిఎల్సి ఈక్వల్స్ టు ప్రొసీజర్ మనం తీసుకోవాలి. అలా కాకుండా బై మిస్టేక్ ఆర్ఎక్ఎల్ రిపోర్ట్ తీసుకుంది. దెన్ కాంక్రీట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ క్రియేట్ చేసింది, సబ్మిట్ చేసింది. సో ఫైనల్గా ప్రోగ్రామ్ సక్సెస్ అవుతుందా, ఎర్రర్ అయిపోతుందా? ఎందుకు? ఆ, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇవ్వాలి. మీరు ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ మెథడ్ కనుక ఎస్క్యూఎల్ స్టార్ ప్లస్ తీసుకున్నారనుకోండి, ఏమవుతుంది? ఆర్ఎక్ఎల్ విల్ లుక్ ఇన్ టు వేర్ పివో టాప్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయి, దెన్ 12.0.0 ఎస్క్యూఎల్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయి మీ ఫైల్ నేమ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ ఫైల్ నేమ్ సెర్చ్ చేస్తుంది, అది ఉందా లేదా అని చెప్పేసి. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద పిఎల్సి ఈక్వల్స్ టు ప్రొసీజర్, వాట్ ద ఆర్కిల్ విల్ డూ? ఆర్కిల్ విల్ లుక్ ఇన్ టు డీబీ. డీబీలోకి వెళ్ళిపోయి ఆ ప్రొసీజర్ నేమ్ ఉందా లేదా చెక్ చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు నీలిమ ఏం చేసింది తప్పు? డెవలప్ చేసింది ప్రొసీజర్, బట్ బై మిస్టేక్ ఏం తీసుకున్నది ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ మెథడ్ ఆర్కిల్ రిపోర్ట్స్. దెన్ ఆర్కిల్ విల్ లుక్ ఇన్ టు వే ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళి చేస్తాడు ఆర్కిల్ వాడు? పివో టాప్లో 12.0.0లో రిపోర్ట్స్లోకి వెళ్తాడు వాడు. రిపోర్ట్స్ యూఎస్లోకి వెళ్ళి చెక్ చేస్తాడు ఫైల్ ఉందా లేదా అనేది. సో దెన్ ఫైనల్లీ విల్ గెట్ ఎర్రర్. ఓకేనా? సో బెస్ట్ ఇయర్ వెన్ యూ ట్రై టు క్రియేట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ ఇయర్, ప్లీజ్ ఓకేనా, యూ హ్యావ్ టు కన్సల్ట్ ట్వైస్, క్రాస్ చెక్ ద డేటా విచ్ వన్ యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డెవలప్, వెట్స్ నాట్ ఫర్ ఓన్లీ నీలిమా, ఫర్ ఎనీబడి. ఓకేనా? సో వన్స్ యూ సేవ్ ద రికార్డ్ వీ కాంట్ ఎడిట్ చేయలేము మనము, ఒప్పుకోదు. సో ద ఫీల్డ్ విల్ గో టు గ్రేకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సో బెస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ డబుల్ క్రాస్ చెక్ బిఫోర్ సేవ్ ద రికార్డ్. సో విచ్ వన్ దట్ మీన్స్ వెదర్ వీఆర్ టేకింగ్ ద రైట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ మెథడ్ ఆర్ నాట్. ఈవెన్ అప్లికేషన్ ఆల్సో, వన్స్ యూ క్లిక్ ఆన్ ద సేవ్ బటన్ వీ కెనాట్ ఎడిట్, దట్స్ వై ఐమ్ టెల్లింగ్. సో రిమైనింగ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ ఇట్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ ద ఫైల్ నేమ్ ఆల్సో, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే. సో ఓకేనా, విల్ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ గుడ్ ఇయర్ ఐ విల్ గో టు నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్. So today we'll discuss Oracle reports. One thing here, it is outdated. So no client is using Oracle reports. So all migrated to BAP reports. That means XML publisher reports. No need to practice, just to listen the class. Yeah, that's it. No need to practice. Just okay. So coming to Oracle reports, first we need to develop a .rdf as per the client requirement. So for that we have to install the report builder 10. I don't think it is required in real time, but okay, I'm mentioning the tool name also. Report builder 10. It is one of the D2K developer 2000. Then once the development is completed, transfer .rdf file from local machine to server. Just now, okay, I have explained. You have to keep in the custom tab in real time. 12.0.0 reports US. This is the path here. But in Barbara machines, we do not have any custom tab. So for workaround, we are going to keep in the pivot tab using the WinSAP. It's a middle type. Then log into Oracle applications, then create executable. The execution method is Oracle reports. Please, yeah, okay, now you have to take the Oracle reports. It's a default method. So by mistake, if you save that, I can't edit it. Okay. Then create a concurrent program. Then attach concurrent program to request group. Then go to your responsibility. Then submit a program through SRS window. So this is a step-by-step process to develop a RDF reports. It's very complicated, yeah. So nowadays, no one is using to design the layout. It's very complicated. Okay, it's a tool based. Okay, na? To overcome that, the Oracle released BAP reports. The layout moved to Word document. It is easy to design the layout. That's why all the clients are using the XML publisher report instead of the Oracle report. But anyway, we are going to learn here. You won't get a chance to work on the Oracle reports. So one thing here. So RDF stands for the report to definition file. Already we discussed it. And standards. When you develop any Oracle report, we have to follow three standards like a procedure. When you develop any procedure, we need to take the two mandatory parameters, error buff and red code. Those are the mandatory. We can't skip that. Then coming to Oracle reports, we'll discuss here. First, create one parameter called as the pconc request ID. The parameter name is p underscore concurrent underscore request underscore ID to get the request ID, or it is the bridge between the Oracle apps and report builder. I will explain later here what is the purpose of this. To get request ID or nothing but request underscore ID. Once you submit a program through SRS window, the Oracle will generate a request ID. Okay, now we are going to capture that dynamically, or it is the bridge between the Oracle apps and the report builder. Okay, uh, I will explain. Yeah, later. So next, in the report builder, we have the five triggers are there. One is the before parameter form, after parameter form, before report, between pages, and after report. This many triggers are there in the report builder. Before parameter form, after entering the parameters, this trigger will fire. Before before parsing or compiling. Before parsing, SQL queries. This trigger will fire. Parsing means compilation. Okay. Then between pages means suppose your report is printing 10 pages, then nine betweens. Okay. Now suppose your report is printing only one page, no between pages. That means it will fire n minus one times. Suppose your report has 100 pages, then it will fire 99 times. That many times it will n minus one time. At last, once the report is completed, this trigger will fire. Okay, na? Mean in real time, yeah, to send a mails. Once the report is completed, I want to send a mail to my customer, the invoice output. Then we'll use the after report trigger. So total five triggers are there: before parameter form, after parameter form, before report, before compiling SQL queries, before parsing queries, between pages, then at last the trigger after report trigger will fire. Okay. So forget about this report builder here. So how many triggers are there in the database level? DB, database triggers. How many triggers are there? Database. మనకు డేటాబేస్లో ట్రిగర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. హౌ మెనీ ట్రిగర్స్ ఆర్ దే?
Types.
Tell me. How many? Two or three? How many?
True, sir.
What are those?
Row level,
Row level? Yes, that's right. And
statement.
statement level. Correct. Okay, now we have the two triggers are there. So suppose I'm updating update EMP set commission equal to 10. Example here. Okay, na? So coming to row level here, okay, na? Suppose 14 records are there in the employee table. Okay, na? Then row level trigger will fire that many times. 14 times it will fire automatically. Statement level will fire only one time. It's a table level trigger. It will fire only one time. Row level is the record level trigger. It will fire only one that many times. Suppose 1 lakh records are there. If I'm giving the update statement, how many trigger? How many times the row level will fire? 1 lakh times. That many times. Statement level is always stable level. It will fire only one time. That's it. Okay, na? Then it won't fire. Okay, na? So out of the okay, na? This row level and statement level, yeah. Again, we have the some okay, na? Split is there. That's called as the insert, update, delete. So again, we have the row level insert, then statement level insert. So you can write a total 6 triggers. Okay, na? In the insert, again, we have the row level. Better here. It's not like that. We'll go row level. We have the 3 triggers. Then same combinations will repeat here in the statement level. Okay. So you can write it 3 triggers on the row level combinations, and you can write it 3 triggers on the statement level. Again, this insert here, we have 2 combinations, before, then after. Before and after. This update also. Before update to, after update to, before delete to, after. Then in the statement level also, these many combinations. So now tell me here, Total of how many unique combinations I can write on the table? How many triggers I can write it? That combinations.
12. 12, sir.
12, super. Yeah. Total 12 triggers we can write on table. Very, 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 very important question here. ఇది లేకుండా ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఉండదు మీకు. That much important. Total 12 combinations, 12 triggers we can write on the table. 6 row level. Total how many? 6. Then how many statement levels? 6 combinations we can write. Total 6 plus 2. 12 combinations we can write on the table level. Okay. Na? Apart from these 12 triggers, we can write one more trigger on the view. What the trigger name? View. Only one trigger. That's called as the instead of trigger. Instead of trigger. Example here, I created one view like a create or replace view as a select star from EMP. So can I update create or replace view name EMP underscore view EMP underscore view. This is my view name. So can I update this view EMP underscore view? Can I update or cannot? ఈ వ్యూని మనం అప్డేట్ చేయొచ్చా లేదా? జస్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ లైక్ అప్డేట్ EMP underscore view set commission equal to, it's not a base table, it's a view. So can I update or not?
చేయొచ్చు, సార్.
చేయొచ్చు. దీన్ని సింపుల్ వ్యూ అంటారు. సింపుల్ వ్యూ. ఓకే, నౌ హియర్ ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ వన్ మోర్ వ్యూ. I'm writing one more view that's called as the EMP underscore DEPT underscore V. Select a star from select E dot star, better here. E dot E name, comma E dot salary, comma E dot commission, comma D dot D name, comma D dot department number from EMP E, comma DEPT D, where E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. So this is called as the complex view. Complex. So view based on more than one table. So this type of views I cannot update. The Oracle will not allow you to, because there is a link between one table to another table. There is a relationship here, primary key and foreign key. So these views Oracle will not allow you to update. Then Oracle has given the workaround that is called as the instead of triggers. So very, very, very important here. We'll write more, okay, na? Most form development, we'll write a instead of triggers only. Okay, na? We can't do DML operations directly in the view. You can't insert, you can't update, you can't delete. But the workaround is there. That's called as the instead of triggers. With that, you can do the DML operations. You can do the insert, you can do the delete, you can do the update. Okay, na? So now tell me here, total how many triggers I can write on that database? Total triggers on the database level. Hmm. 13, yeah. So how, okay, total 13. 12 triggers on the table. Then plus one trigger on view. All together, Oracle will support the 13 triggers. That's correct, yeah. Okay, na? So please keep this word in your mind, yeah. నేను ఓకేనా, పక్క నేర్చుకోవాల్సిన వర్డ్ అది. మొత్తం 13 triggers మనం రాయొచ్చు. Out of that, yeah, forget about database level. Today we got a chance to discuss triggers in the report also. Total 5 triggers are there before parameter form, but no one will ask. Sorry, it's not part of the development. Yeah, it's a part of the own interview perspective only. Okay, na? Then again, these triggers will come in the BAP reports. That's why, yeah, better please by heart this. Okay, na? Then after parameter form trigger, before report, between pages, and after report trigger. So total 5 triggers are there. Okay, now here we'll go to this. Okay, first we need to create a new parameter, pconc request ID, to get request ID, or it is the bridge between the Oracle apps and report builder. Next, call user exit in before report trigger. It's just a package here. Don't get confusion. It's a PL/SQL package in before report trigger. Already one of the trigger. In that trigger, we have to call one package srw dot user underscore exit of fnd space srw unit. So in this trigger, we have to call this package here. SRW stands for SQL report writer. We have one more word, SRS. SRS stands for standard request submission window. Okay, so today we are using the SRW package. It's a report builder package. So we have to call this package. Yeah? Then we have to go to after report trigger, then call the one more package. Okay, SRW dot user underscore exit of fnd srw exit. At last, yeah, we are going to exit all things. Okay, this two triggers we have to call built-ins. One is the init, the second one is the exit. So for the init is to set up the profile values. I will explain here. So coming to exit, just we need to remove that. Okay, so whatever the profiles taken by the Oracle, I don't want that memory. I want to clear everything. Okay, so for that we are going to use the exit. So I will explain here why we are going to take these three things. Then you will come to know something. Right. So I'm developing one report here, employee report. Employee report. So one US user submitted report is getting the data like this. Scott 7788. Then 2500 salary. Then 10th December 2024 is the hire date, nothing but a joining date. The same report run by the Germany guy. The same report. Okay, he is getting the data like that. Scott 7788 2500, then 12th 10th 2024. So do you see any difference between these two outputs? Both are same. Here it is a DDMONYYY for US guys. For Germany guys, MMDDYYY. So I think one more difference is there. One more difference.
Currency.
No, not currency means
Dollar.
correct. Yeah, that's called as the numeric character set. So for Indians and the US, they will treat as the 10,000 means 10 comma like comma dot. The precision like a paisa will set in the dot 00. If you go to Germany here, they enter the date for sorry number format, nothing but a numeric character set అంటాం మనము. The word is the numeric character set. So Germans will enter opposite. So here comma will come, sorry, dot will come in the separator in the precision, they will see the comma. So they follow the different here. So for Indians and the US, it's a comma dot. For Germans, it's opposite, dot comma. Okay, same report. As a developer, I will develop only one report, but the report will may submit by the US users, may submit by the Germany, may submit the India people. So based on the country, the look and feel will change dynamically. Look and feel. Okay, or maybe some beautifications, whatever it may be. So when the same report run by the US guys, it has to display the different format, maybe the numeric character set or date format. If the same report run by the Germany, it has to go with a different format. It's called as the profile. It's called as the profiles. That means based on the end user, based on the country, the profiles will change dynamically. Okay, na? These profiles will not support by the report builder. That is the drawback here. The report builder won't support the profile. Suppose example, Swati login, and she's the US end user. Okay, na? So once she login and submitting, the Oracle apps should know she's from submitting from the which country. Okay, na? If not sub identifying that, that's wrong. So these Oracle reports won't support that. The Oracle report will not identify who is submitting, from which country they're submitting the report. then we won't initialize the profile values. In that case, I don't know as a developer, okay, na, she's from which country, what are changes I need to implement, okay, na? So to overcome that, yeah, but remaining 11 technologies like a PLC stored procedure, SQL Star Plus, the remaining technologies can support the profiles. Only the Oracle reports won't support the profiles. That means who is going to submit the program? From which country they're submitting the program? I don't know as a developer. Okay, na? The end user profiles. So to overcome that here, the Oracle has given one workaround that is called as the setting up the pconc request ID. With the pconc request ID, we are going to capture the request ID. Once you capture the request ID, as a developer, easily I will get the user ID, username, who is going to submit that report or okay, whatever it may be. So once I get the user ID, I will pass that user ID to this package internally. Yeah. No need to write a piece of code. Already Oracle written that logic. So that user ID dynamically will go to this package. This package will get to profiles. అంటే లాగిన్ అయిన యొక్క యూజర్ యొక్క ప్రొఫైల్స్ గెట్ చేసి పడేస్తుంది. వాడు ఏ కంట్రీ, వాడి లాంగ్వేజ్ ఏంటి, వాడు ఓకేనా డేట్ మాస్క్ ఏంటి, వాడి న్యూమరిక్ క్యారెక్టర్ సెట్ ఏంటి, వాడు ఏ ఆపరేటింగ్ ఏంటి కోర్స్ చేస్తున్నాడు, వాడి కరెన్సీ కోడ్ ఏంటి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్ బై దిస్ ప్యాకేజ్ ఆల్రెడీ రిటర్న్ బై ద ఆర్కెల్. సో ఫర్ ఎనీబడి ఆర్ టోటల్ 8,300 setups are there, 8,300 profiles are there. So this package will get everything. Then we'll get the right output. So once you get the right output, at last, I don't want to keep that memory. I don't want to keep that to setups. Just we have to remove those. Okay, so for that, okay, we are going to use the exist. Once you call this exit operator, entire okay, profiles or setups will delete in that session. Then we are saving lot of memory. Okay, so we have to use the at last exit. Yeah. So now tell me, yeah, to develop any procedure, error buff and red code are the mandatory. And if I develop a report, then what are the things are mandatory? Pconc request ID is the mandatory. Then call this package in the before report trigger is the mandatory. And call this exit in the after report trigger. These three operations are mandatory. Yeah. So why I need to perform these three operations? ఎందుకు చేయాలి ఈ మూడు? What is the purpose of this three here? ఇప్పుడు ఇది చేయలేదనుకోండి నాకేమవుతుంది? ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇయర్ ఓకేనా, ఆల్రెడీ గివెన్ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఓకేనా, ఇట్స్ ఓకేనా డేట్ ఫార్మాట్ మాస్క్, దెన్ ఓకేనా న్యూమరిక్ క్యారెక్టర్ సెట్ ఓకేనా. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇయర్ విల్ టేక్ 2 users, స్వాతి షీఈ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ యూఎస్, దెన్ నీలిమ షీఈ్ వర్కింగ్ ఫర్ జర్మనీ. Okay, I developed a report and given the report to these 2 users. Whenever Swati run the report here, Swati can see the data of only US country. At any cost, Swati won't look into Germany, vice versa. When Neelima submit a report, Neelima could see the data for only US, sorry, Germany. At any cost, Neelima won't see the data for US country. I need to maintain the security, data security. To know this here, okay, I should have the access to profiles. But report builder won't support the profiles. But workaround given by the Oracle by setting the pconc request ID, then okay, calling the packages in the before report trigger and after report trigger. So with this, the Oracle will capture the profiles. అంటే ఆ లాగిన్ అయిన యొక్క యూజర్ యొక్క కంట్రీ, వాడు ఏ ఆపరేటింగ్ వర్క్ చేస్తాడు, వాడి లెడ్జర్ ఏంటి, వాడి డేట్ మాస్క్ ఏంటి, వాడి క్యారెక్టర్ సెట్ ఏంటి, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్. దెన్ యాజ్ అ డెవలపర్ ఐ కెన్ మేక్ ఏ కోడ్, నేను రాయగలుగుతాను కోడ్. ఐ కెన్ మెయింటైన్ ద డేటా సెక్యూరిటీ ఆర్ ఓకేనా లుక్ అండ్ ఫీల్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఐ కెన్ సెట్ ఇన్ ద బ్యాక్ ఎండ్. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ వై when you develop any report in Oracle application, these 3 things are mandatory. So like if you develop any procedure in Oracle apps, 2 things are mandatory, error buff and red code, same concept. When you develop any report in Oracle application, pconc request is the mandatory, calling the package in the before report trigger and calling package in the after report trigger. These 3 are the mandatory. Okay, now please follow the Oracle standards. Okay. But nowadays here, ఇది డెవలప్ చేయట్లేదు. సో వీఆర్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు వర్క్ ఆన్ ద రిపోర్ట్స్. బట్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ప్రాస్పెక్టివ్ ప్లీజ్ ప్రిపేర్ ఇయర్. They will ask how many triggers are there in the report builder. The triggers are the 5 triggers. Then, okay, na? When you develop any new report, what are the standards we need to follow? The first one is create a parameter payconk request ID. Then we need to modify 2 triggers. One is the before report and the second one is after report. In the triggers, we are going to call the package SRW, SQL Report Writer. With this package, we are going to get profiles of the end user. ఎవడైతే రన్ చేస్తున్నాడో వాని యొక్క ప్రొఫైల్స్ మనం గెట్ చేసుకుంటాం, వాని ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ అంతా మనము. దెన్ we can maintain the security and look and feel also. Okay. So this is about report builder here. సో ఇంటర్వ్యూలో పక్క అడుగుతాడు ఇది. సో మెయిన్ ఒకే ఒక క్వశ్చన్ మెయిన్ ఇది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ట్రిగ్గర్స్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద ట్రిగ్గర్స్ ఆర్ మేబీ ద ఫైరింగ్ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద రిపోర్ట్ బిల్డర్. సో యూ షుడ్ రిమెంబర్ హియర్ దిస్ 5 triggers: before parameter form, after parameter form, before report, between pages and after report. Okay. So this is about triggers here. Sorry, report builder. Okay. So any queries here? Okay. So no need to write here, no need to practice also. Just I will show how to develop the report and how to transfer the file to server and how to submit through Oracle applications. So practice wise here, you can ignore this one. ఎందుకంటే ఎవరు యూజ్ చేయరు క్లయింట్స్ మనకు. విల్ పుట్ మోర్ ఫోకస్ ఆన్ ద బిఏపి రిపోర్ట్స్, వాటి మీద మనం ఫోకస్ చేసుకుందాం. యాక్చువల్గా నౌ ఐ విల్ స్టార్ట్ హియర్. జస్ట్ లుక్ ఇన్ టు మై స్క్రీన్, డోంట్ రైట్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఫస్ట్ గో టు రిమోట్ డెస్క్టాప్. So on the desktop, you could see one tool. It's called as the report builder. Just you have to open the report builder. You open చేసేసేయండి. Open report builder. So here you have option, click on cancel button. Press the click on cancel button. So this is the object navigator. Here you could see the data model, then the paper layout. This is the very complicated here. To overcome this issue, the Oracle releases the BAP reports. Then the triggers. Already we came to know 5 triggers will support by the Oracle builder, like in a report builder. First we have to go to data model, expand the data model. You could see the parameters. So just to click on the user parameters, click on the plus symbol to create a new parameter. Once you click on this one here, the Oracle will create a new parameter with the name of p_1. So okay, you have to right click, then PL SQL, property inspector. You have to click on the property. We are going to change the properties, then rename, yeah, as per our standards. So the Oracle recommendation is p_conk_request_id. We are changing from p1 to pconk request id. Data type is the number. It's a sequence. Okay, no problem. Then close this one. Now okay na, we renamed p_conk_, by default here Oracle will create a p1. Okay, మళ్ళీ నేను కొత్తది క్రియేట్ చేస్తుండే, మీకు మళ్ళీ వస్తుంది p1. ఓకేనా, you can delete that. So now here we created the parameter pconk request id. Then go to report records. ఇక్కడ click on before report, then right click. Now go to PL SQL editor. Last time we went to PL SQL, property inspector. That's the properties. Now I'm going to PL SQL editor to write a code, to write a piece of code here. Here, this is a trigger. Here I'm writing the script, srw dot user underscore exit. It's a package. Then fnd uppercase space srw init. Please, you have to follow the standards. Click on compile button. That's it. Then close this trigger. Now go to after report trigger. Same concept. Right click. Then PL SQL editor. Same here. But instead of the init, you have to give the exit. Remove the memory. Flush the memory. Then click on compile button. That's it. Yeah. So we completed 3 standards. One user parameter, two triggers, before report and after report trigger. Now here, click on the data model, right click, there is a report wizard. Click on that. Okay, so next, here, we have options are there. Tabular report. This is the group left and group above the master child. Minimum of 2 tables are required. Group left and group above, like master and child data. So now we will go with the tabular. Next, based on the SQL query. Next, then write as your SQL query. So select user underscore name, comma, user underscore ID from fnd underscore user. Next, connect to database. Username is the apps.